Hi, I'm David Twyble, flight instructor and ATP. I want to share a short reflection today on airplanes, fear, and why both still matter. There's never been a time in aviation when airplanes were cheap. There have been times when they were cheaper, but never cheap. Every pilot who's ever had to thread the taxiway needle between edge lights or make a tight U-turn at a small airport in a big twin knows that truth in their bones. The value of flying machines and the fear that keeps us honest around them hasn't changed since the beginning. The mistakes that break airplanes are small. A momentary glance away from the taxi line, a wingtip lost for a few seconds in a blind spot, a prop arc that brushes a runway light. My job puts me near those margins almost every day. A twin turboprop has wide shoulders, and you learn to feel that width. Some might say the risk is needless, but the truth is, the larger the airplane, the higher the stakes and the narrower the tolerances. A Boeing 787 can face the same geometry problem at a congested airport that a King Air does as a rural one. The physics don't scale with the paycheck. Every airplane can be broken by one bad moment. That's why I've learned to keep a healthy fear alive. Not the kind that paralyzes, but the kind that matures with experience. The kind that reminds you what's at stake. Fear in its proper place is just respect wearing a uniform. It tells you that you're the steward of something costly, not just in dollars, but in trust. The company, the owner, the passengers, they all assume that when you take the controls, you'll bring both skill and conscience to the job. Sometimes that trust is tested. A pilot cuts a corner, takes a chance, and when it goes south, tries to hide it. It's rarely malice, usually pride or panic. But the result is the same. The chain of trust breaks, and that's the real cost, far beyond the medal. Aviation runs on trust. Trust between pilots and employers, between crew members, and between us and the public who watch the contrails and assume we know what we're doing. That trust lives or dies in small, unseen decisions. The turns taken carefully, the fears kept alive, the moments when we thread the taxiway needle and remember what could go wrong if we didn't. If we can keep that respect intact for the machines, for the people who trust us, and for the craft itself, then maybe all of us will finish our flying careers knowing we left things as they should be. The airplane's whole, the passengers safe, and the profession a little more worthy of the trust it's been given. Because there's never been a time when airplanes were cheap, only pilots careful enough to keep them whole. Thanks for listening. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and I'll reply.